Hi everybody, this is Jimmy DeYoung. Welcome to Prophecy Today video. Normally I look at a particular event to discuss as we take a look at the book on our weekly time to get together. And this week I'm going to change that a bit. We're going to look at a potpourri of prophetic potentials. On our radio broadcast, Prophecy Today, which is available at our website, prophecytoday.com, you can go there, go to PTRN, Prophecy Today Radio Network, double-click on it. You can listen to all the interviews, or in fact, you can listen to the entire program. But this week, we talked about current events that are setting the stage for Bible prophecy to be fulfilled. But I want to remind you about something. We do not allow current events to give us the direction of our understanding of Bible prophecy. No, instead, we go to the Bible. The current events that we look at do not drive anybody's understanding of Bible prophecy, mine, or it should not drive yours, but the prophetic scenario found in the Scriptures should lead the way. You can listen to the conversations that I had with our broadcast partners, and then let's think together about how all of these current events are setting the stage for Bible prophecy to be fulfilled. For example, Ezekiel 38 talks about an alignment of nations that will come against the Jewish state of Israel. There's parallel passages that you can look at over in Daniel chapter 11, verses 40 to 45, and Psalm 83. These passages all indicate there will be a group of nations forming a coalition to try to wipe Israel off the face of the earth. In fact, that phrase is used over in Psalm 83, verse 4, where it says the coalition will come together, they will have a council meeting, and they will say, we must destroy Israel. They must be destroyed as if they had never been, and may we never think or remember them again. Ezekiel 38 is talking about the alignment, and it talks about the time when it will take place. Verse 8 and verse 11 of Ezekiel 38 says it will be a time when the Jews are resting safely, dwelling safely in the land. And the military terminology, living in unwalled cities, in verse 11 talks about when Israel has laid down their weapons. Well, earlier on the broadcast we talked with Colonel Bob McGinnis and also David Dolan. Colonel McGinnis in Washington, David in Jerusalem, and we talked about the UN sanctions on Iran. The fact that Iran is developing a weapon, a nuclear weapon of mass destruction, is of concern to everybody in this world, including many and most of the Middle Eastern states. We talked about that with Bob and Dave, but this is just simply a part of what's happening. Iran is the Persia of Ezekiel 38:5. Until 1936, Iran was known as Persia. They speak the Persian language. They are a Persian nation today. And what about the meeting in Istanbul between the president of Iran, Ahmadinejad, the prime minister of Russia, Vladimir Putin, and the prime minister of Turkey, Tayyip Erdogan? Listen, those are the first three major players in Ezekiel chapter 38, and the Saudi airspace being opened up for the Israelis to attack Iran. Wow. These current events, as we understand the prophetic scenario, setting the stage for those prophecies to be fulfilled. We talked with Itamar Marcus. I'm reminded of Ezekiel chapter 35, when the descendants of Esau will rise up and kill the Jewish people and take their land. Then in Malachi chapter 1 it says the Edomites, those are the Palestinians of today, the descendants of Esau. They will return, rebuild. God will call their borders the borders of wickedness. Obadiah, the little prophecy in the Old Testament, says that as they come to destroy the Jewish state, the Edomites, the Palestinians of today, will be destroyed by the Jewish people. That's when Jesus Christ comes back to the earth. That's the prophetic scenario found in God's Word. We talked with Itamar about how Mahmoud Abbas was not truthful to President Obama at the White House. In fact, he is continuing to incite the Palestinians against the Israelis. They want to destroy the Jewish state. They're teaching the children that even Haifa, one of the port cities of Israel, is not an Israeli city, it's a Palestinian city. You see, again, the present activities unfolding, current events, fitting right into the prophetic scenario found in Ezekiel 35, Malachi 1, the little book of Obadiah. Talked with Dr. Rob Congdon. Daniel chapter 7 talks about the 10 horns. That is the revived Roman Empire. 10 horns found in chapter 7, verse 7 of the book of Daniel. Verse 24 indicating it is indeed the revived Roman Empire. Revelation chapter 13 talks about a leader coming out of this group of nations. That would be the Antichrist. Well, the European Union, their Middle Eastern policy, how they are relating with Turkey, the leadership that is coming to the front in the European Union, all is a part of a prophetic scenario found in God's Word. Again, look at God's Word. What God's Word says first is important, and then how current events fit into that scenario. I just simply say this: the stage is being set. The actors, as we've studied God's prophetic word, are in place. But the next event is not the fulfillment of these prophecies. The next event, the rapture of the church. Not one prophecy has to be fulfilled before the rapture. All prophecies yet to be fulfilled are after the rapture. The rapture could happen at any moment. Having said that, nothing left for me to say, except let's keep looking up until